I finally read the Shadow and Bone trilogy. This series has been all over BookTok and booktube for a few years, and there were so many great reviews, so I thought it was about time I read it. So I'm going to be reading the Shadow and Bone series finally. I have been wanting to read this series for way too long. I want to say months, maybe years, and I have finally started it. So first off is obviously Shadow and Bone, then the second book I believe is Sage and Storm, and then Ruin and Rising. And they're not that long at all, and so I thought, you know what, I'm just going to read it. And I have had a few requests for this reading vlog as well, so I thought it's about time I started it. But I was reading it. I am on chapter 5, which is page 65, and I thought, you know what, I am going to do a quick update and actually start this vlog because I was reading it and completely forgot to start it. So here I am. So at the moment I am actually finding it really hard to keep track of everything that's going on. Like, I sort of know what's going on but really don't know at the same time. Like, I don't know much about the backstory or anything. Like, at the beginning I kind of knew what was going on, but the further I'm going into it, the more I'm getting lost. Now, I have always had that problem with fantasy, but I feel like this is like the worst it's ever been. I just can't a good grip on the story. A couple of years back when the first season of Shadow and Bone came out, I did try and watch it. I just couldn't understand it and it just wasn't my thing. So that's why I've been so terrified to read the books, because I didn't like the show. Like, I haven't even tried to watch season 2 because I just don't think it's my thing. I was thinking about rewatching season 1 and watching season 2 after I read the whole series if I like it. Yeah, I don't know. I am struggling at the moment, but I am hoping to just try and read it in one sitting, because I feel like it's one of those books that if I'm not understanding what's going on and I put it down, I'm not going to be able to pick it back up. And I did try and read this a couple of months ago. I've read a couple of pages and fair enough, I didn't get it, so I put it down and I haven't picked it back up for months. So I am going to continue. I might try and read up to like page 150 before I do another update, and hopefully I would have grasped the story a bit more, maybe understand it a bit better, because at the moment, like I said, I kind of get the gist of the story, but I'm not understanding what is going on currently. I might watch actually some reviews of what other people say about it, because I find if I don't understand what's happening in the story, that normally helps me watching other people's reviews and thoughts, because they also normally explain like a little bit that goes on. But I will obviously watch a spoiler-free review because I don't want any spoils. But yeah. Oh, and also this vlog is going to be spoiler-free, just to let you all know that. So yeah, I am going to continue reading and I'll give you all an update maybe at 150 page mark. So last night I actually got up to chapter 15, page 202. Now, I know I said that my next update would be at page 150, but I read up to 202 instead. Now this, I'm still finding it very difficult to understand. But again, I think that's just a fantasy thing. And I think, quite honestly, me not understanding it is ruining my enjoyment for it. But I also just don't think it's going to be for me personally. I just don't like, you know, like the secret power, Risha, she's been like taken away because of her power, you know, that kind of thing. I just don't think that's my sort of fantasy book. I don't know. I'm not really enjoying it at the moment, to a point where last night I did end up switching to the audiobook because I just couldn't physically read it anymore. I'm supposed to be reading the whole series, and thinking about that is just dreadful, but it's so sad because I've heard amazing things about it and everyone say that they loved it and like so much hype about it that I just feel like I'm the only one that doesn't like it. But I am hoping to finish it tonight, so I am going to read a bit more and hopefully maybe my opinions will change. Okay, so it looks like I forgot to do a wrap up on Shadow and Bone, and I went straight into Sage and Storm without doing like my overall review, but you'll see all of my thoughts for the whole trilogy at the end of the video, so stay tuned. So this is just going to be like a quick speedy update, because I realised that I started this book earlier and I just actually haven't even said that I've started it. So, Sage and Storm, I'm on the second book and I have got to page 182, and I don't think the series is for me personally. I'm just not enjoying my time reading it, and as I'm reading it I'm like, I cannot wait until I finish this series, which is so disappointing because I've heard so many good things about it. I've heard so many people love it. I can't get along with it, and that is a big issue. because I've still got another book after this one. I have heard, which I'm still planning on reading, Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom. It's like a, not a spin-off series, but it's like a part of it, like in the same world. I am planning on reading that because I've heard people say it is better, and to be fair, I've heard people say you don't have to read these to read Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom, but I wanted to because, I mean, there was so much hype about these about a year or two ago, and I never read them then. I am just kind of disappointed, and if I'm going to be completely honest with you, I'm starting to lose track of what's actually going on in the story. Like, if you asked me what this is about, I really couldn't tell you. I could probably tell you bits, but that's it really. And obviously that's not going to help my enjoyment. If I don't understand what's going on, I can't enjoy the story, which is probably most of my problem. I don't know what's going on. I obviously am going to finish the series because I have the whole series, and I'm hoping it'll get better, but at this point, is it too late for it to get better? I don't know. But personally, like I said, I just don't think the series is for me at all. Anyway, that's a little rant. I am going to continue reading this now, and hopefully, fingers crossed, it will get better. So it is 2 days later, and I thought I would update, and I say 2 days for the pure fact that I didn't film yesterday, and I technically didn't film today, so 2 days. But I have just finished Sage and Storm, and yeah, I read it 1 star. I just personally didn't like it. I didn't understand it. I feel like the hype that this had for years and how much anticipation I had to read it, it just kind of has ruined it for me. And the not understanding now, I think that is a me problem. But I'm thinking what I'm going to do before I start the 3rd book is I'm going to watch some other people's reviews. Like, I was going to do the 1st book, but I think I am actually going to sit quickly, watch some people's reviews, see if I can get like a backstory of everything, and then I might, you know, have a bit of a better understanding of it. And then one day maybe I might try and give the TV show another go, and hopefully again I can try and understand it a bit better, because I only watched the 1st season years ago, but I think I do want to read Six of Crows first. But anyway, yeah, this book, honestly, I couldn't really tell you much. I just know that I don't like it, and I did rate it 1 star. The problem is I don't think I'm being fair because I'm not understanding it, and I don't know if that's like a me problem or the book problem, but it's got to be a me problem, you know. I might watch some reviews, and once I get a bit of an understanding, maybe I will up it a little bit. I don't know, because the 1st book was 1.5 stars because I understand it a bit better than this one. I don't know what it is about it. I just feel like it might be a bit what's the word? But like, I'm used to easy fantasies. I feel like this might be a bit more like difficult, if that makes any sense. I'm not sure what word I'm looking for, but that is that book. And now I'm going to start Ruin and Rising. Do I want to start this? No, but this needs to be up for tomorrow, which is Friday the 15th. Am I going to get it up by then? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe later than what I normally would, but as long as I get it up. Am I looking forward to starting this? No, but like I said, I'm going to watch some reviews and see what happens. So I finished Ruin and Rising, and this series just was not for me at all. I did not have a good time, and I feel like this series has kind of put me in a reading slump. Is this what I needed right now? No. But, I mean, it's happened. This I also rated 1 star. I just didn't like it at all. And I don't know what it is. I did watch the reviews like I said I was going to. It didn't help me at all. I just think, personally, I just didn't like it. And it wasn't for me, unfortunately. I put myself through all 3 books, which was not a great time. And like I said, I have put myself in a bit of a reading slump, which doesn't help. I'm hoping that the next book I pick up will just get me over that so fast. Has it put me off fantasy a bit? Yes, which is very disappointing considering, I mean, it's autumn time. That's when you read fantasy. But yeah, anyway, you have this video now. But yeah, this series just wasn't for me. I really wish it was, and I feel like most of the problem was for the fact of it was hyped up, especially in my head, and I had high expectations for this series for years, and I finally read it and it just wasn't as good as I had in my head. I think that is like the huge problem with this, is the fact that I hyped it up in my head for so long, and basically everyone else hyped it up. I also did find out it's a YA series, which I kind of had a feeling, so it's definitely not difficult. But that is the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you all in my next one. Bye!